Hi there everybody and welcome along to the big quiz night in. We are live. Yes, it's Tuesday night. This is the first time I'm going live on Tuesday nights bringing you a pub quiz. We have had a schedule change and we will talk about that throughout the show, I'm sure. And I'm bringing you, as always, 3 great quiz rounds plus a pitch round at the end of the broadcast. So the first thing I like to do, as always, once I kick these quizzes off, is share the link out there across multiple pages just to give everybody a chance to see that the quiz is now live. So excuse me while I do that, and we welcome more people to join the broadcast for this first ever Tuesday night big quiz night in. The reason this is happening is, I normally host quiz nights at the King's Head and Bell. Now that the lockdown and pandemic is lifting and gradually easing, I'm back at the pub on Thursdays and Sundays. That's the King's Head and Bell in Abingdon. Sundays literally just started a couple of days ago again. So I'm back there hosting twice a week, every week, and you're more than welcome to join in the fun there and win some actual prizes as well. Cash prizes or bar tabs and things like that are up for grabs. Great food vouchers, lots of fun to be had in person at the King's Head and Bell. But I wanted to, of course, keep on delivering the online quiz for those of you who don't want to or can't go to the pub for whatever reason, and just to carry on this brand, keep it growing and keep the show going this format as well. And so that seems like Tuesday is the most logical day for me to do that. Welcome to those of you who have already joined. Thank you so much for being here on a Tuesday. I'm just sharing the link out there for those who didn't realise what I'm doing. And we'll be starting at about 8 o'clock. So if you're just watching this on a repeat, feel free to skip ahead about 10 minutes from now, and then we'll be starting. And yeah, we've got some great rounds. You can see I've got a new frame, so I put some new pictures around the borders here. I mean, that one you're familiar with. But you can see up here now the rounds we're going to be doing tonight. The fourth round is the picture round, so you'll get that afterwards. And then I've got the different and new logos for my Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee as well. We are still supporting both the charities too. So because I'm not doing separate nights for them now and I'm just doing this live show, I'll be mentioning both the charities throughout this evening that we are sponsoring or that we are nominating, if you like. So if you do want to donate any money towards the running of this quiz, I ask firstly that you consider donating to those charities. But I will talk more about that when we've got more people hopefully joining and watching along later on this evening. So yeah, just getting that link out there now. How are we all doing? Get yourself in the comments. Start messaging me. We don't know how busy this one's going to be because this is the first time I've done this on a Tuesday. It might not be for everybody. It might not be. It might not work. But we'll give it a try and we'll see how many people we get. I will, of course, also have, in case you missed the earlier little teaser video, my daughter Abby's going to be bringing us a question to kick things off, as she's done before, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll get into the first round proper, which as you can see up there in the corner, there's the schedule for today. It is going to be a potluck round. So yeah, get in the comments. How you doing? Are you having a cheeky midweek drink as it is Tuesday? We're getting towards that hump day of Wednesday, aren't we? So let me know. Are you joining me in the pub quiz spirit and having a beer, as I am with my Thunder Goblet? If you've been watching the quiz for any great length of time, you'll know what that's all about already. But yeah, nothing wrong with having a cheeky little drink, I think, on a Tuesday for the pub quiz. Why not? Since we're not actually in the pub. So yeah, the link is now out there. I have shared it, and welcome to you all. Slowly getting some more numbers up. Actually, I need to go to a different page, don't I? Yes. But keep talking. I can see the comments now. Good evening to you all. Junior says we're back. Wine here just because it's Tuesday. Excellent. Welcome and thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to this one. I wasn't sure how Tuesdays were going to go, but we're going to keep the format basically the same, and hopefully it'll work for you all. I should point out also that it's every Tuesday except for the last Tuesday of the month. And the reason that is because on the last Tuesday of the month, I'll be doing a Patreon only quiz night, which I've been doing for the last few months. And it just makes sense, I think, to keep it at the last Tuesday of the month. So you always know if you're not a Patreon, what you can do instead is just join me for the other Tuesdays of the month, whether there's 4 or 5 in a month. And then the last Tuesday of the month will always be the Patreon only quiz night. So there is that. I'll remind everybody of that later, of course. If you want to find out any more information about anything that I do for this channel, you need to just look in the links in the description, okay? All the links are there, including for the first time tonight, the Patreon credits. So those who are at the Superfan level, those who are at the Top Fan Plus level, are now in the credits section of the description of this video as a special thank you for being a Patreon of mine. So they get a little shout out in the comments as executive producers and producers respectively, depending on what level they are at. So yeah, we're looking forward to 4 great rounds this evening, but of course the picture round will be the cartoon villains round, and that's going to be once we finish the live broadcast. Anna says Paranurse are back. James says listening in while I carry on getting the all new Keep Calm and Listen In page ready. Yeah, guys, if you haven't realised this already, you know I share Keep Calm and Listen In videos. So I've been sharing their videos whenever James is live. Every day I share their video because it is a great little radio show to listen to. Great music every single day. It's been helping me through. I work from home during the day, and I'm always listening when he's broadcasting because it's just great fun to listen into the show. And so what he's done now is converted that group he had to a Facebook page, which is what this is. It's a Facebook page, and those two things are different if you're not familiar. And so hopefully it means more people will discover his live videos and be able to watch along, and it will be that much easier because with a group it's not quite the same. So yeah, good luck to James. Do give that page a follow and just listen in whenever you can. If you're able to listen in and you want some good music, you are going to want to be listening into that show whenever he's live. Follow, Keep Calm and Listen In. So yes, there's that. Thanks for the reminder there, James. Glad you could watch and hope you enjoy what you're listening to. And we're almost there. We are almost there. We've got 6 minutes to go. I know there's lots more comments, guys. I'm getting to them. I just realised that as I was sharing the link, I was sharing the link to the page and not the link to this actual video. So I just had to update that as we go. But yeah, we do have some news to discuss. A little bit of waffle on, as I call it. A little bit of it. Some breaking news. Some of you may have noticed I've had to change, within about 2 days of launching it, I've had to change the banner for the Big Quiz Night In. I shared the new one just before I went live, maybe about an hour ago. And I'll get into the reasons why once we've kicked off with Abby's question. It's been an eventful couple of days, shall we say? An eventful couple of days. I think that's a good way of describing it. So yeah, that's that. But how are you all doing? I've missed doing this. You know, I don't get to be so social at the pub when I'm doing the quiz because I've got to stay where I am in my booth and to reduce that interaction and limit my interactions with everybody, hosting my little booth, entertain everybody that way, so I don't get to go around and see everybody at the tables like I normally do. So I kind of miss that social interaction, and I'm glad I get to have that with you guys, and I'm sure some of you may have missed that too, but let me know in the comments at least. I'd love to know. So Junior says, yes, we're back. Wine here because it's Tuesday. Just because. I love that. Half a dozen is back. Yes, Vernius. Brilliant. I'm glad you're all here. Diva is here. Diva, please do pay close attention to this list up here. You may have noticed it already. Round number 2. I'll explain why for those who haven't realised in a moment as well, in case you missed the announcement on my Patreon updates. Oh, she says in the comments, very excited about round 2. Do you know what? I am too. I am. I was quite chuffed when I saw when that subject came up. So yeah, love the fact that the quiz subjects are on display. Thank you, Anna. I wasn't sure how it would work. I needed a new frame to kick off this new kind of evolution, as I've called it, of the Big Quiz Night In. Buy Me a Coffee have changed their logo, so I had to update that anyway. And Patreon as well have updated their branding guidelines, so I felt I should probably change that too. And so I thought, well, since things are changing so much, I may as well do a new frame. Much prefer your online show, Bill says. Wow, I know. Some people like it, some people hate it, as I found out recently. I know, it's ridiculous, but each to their own. James says, we missed you too. It's not been the same. Oh, mate, that's really nice to hear. Thank you for that. I needed to see that. Maybe not just because of my own ego, but just in general, I needed a little boost there. Thank you for that. It's appreciated. We've got about 20 people watching. That's okay. We've got a few minutes to go. I don't think Tuesdays are going to be for everybody, but maybe more people will join in time. I do know that some people are joining a little bit later on, actually. I have heard that already. Talk amongst yourselves in the comments. Abby will be with us in 3 minutes' time. You can probably already hear her. She's waiting to come and ask her question for you all. And what we're going to do with that, when Abby asks her question, I'm going to put it in the comments just as she's asked it. So that means that if you're out of sync with other people, you'll at least be able to, in theory, see the question in the comments and hear her ask it as well. So you get to see it at the same time, because sometimes your videos are out of sync with other households around the world. You might see answers popping up in the comments, as some of you have done, before you even heard the question being asked. So even though it's just for fun, I do want to address that and say that I'm going to put it in the comments as she asks it. Okay?
But do not type the answers until I've said the question.
Well, they might have to, because they might see the comment first, but they will get to see you ask it. That's the thing. Devise's duo is drinking gin and tonic, and waiting for half of tonight's topic. Yeah, you've got a slightly different team lineup, haven't you? Because of Tuesday nights being this new thing we're doing. Anna says, we have missed this so much. Missed all the waffle. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And Bill and Diva are catching up. Yeah, it's been a while since you guys have seen each other, I guess, or virtually chatted. Bill says he's drinking. I'm not going to say exactly why. And drinking Red Stripe, Owen says, okay, enjoy that. How was your holiday, guys? You went to COS, I believe. We've spoken about it through private messages already. But yes, you had a lovely holiday, I think, from what I saw and heard. Glad to have you back. And thank you all for watching the holiday specials I did while I was on holiday. I didn't tell you I was actually going away, obviously, public internet thing. I didn't want to announce that we weren't going to be home for a week. But we were away for a week and a bit. It was really lovely. We had good weather, just down to the south coast, socially distanced everywhere. It was nice. It was nice. But yeah, I posted those holiday specials and a lot of you were commenting and sharing those, and that was great to see. I was commenting a little bit back, but not too much, because I was on holiday, taking annual leave. So yes, Charlie's here. She says, hello, happy Tuesday. James is drinking orange juice and eating sliced apple. Super healthy. Good choice. Can't say I'm doing the same, as you know, but hey, can't all be like that.
Daddy's naughty.
No, I do have had some fruit today. Diva says the holiday specials were 5-star. Wow, thank you. And I'm so pleased I managed to get that last episode posted. The Our Survey Says round. I was so disappointed I couldn't get it uploaded. I don't know what the problem was with Facebook. Nothing was working. Anyway, it's now 8 o'clock, so let's bring in Abby, because it's time for Abby to ask a question. Come on in. Don't just sit there. They're waiting to see you. Here she is. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to put this question from Abby in the comments, okay? But she's also going to ask it, so you can see her ask the question. And then you need to put the answer to this question in the comments if you're watching along live. If you're not, just see if you know the answer. But for those watching live, please do get ready to put the answer in the comments.
Speaking about holiday, I got this bunny on holiday and her name is Snowflake.
She did, yes, she did. Look at all the hearts and likes coming for you. See, you get more than me. Not that I'm using her or anything to get more likes on my videos, but...
I got her from Corfe Castle.
Yes. What's her name?
Snowflake.
Snowflake. Lovely. Okay, are we all ready, everybody? Because I'm about to put the question in the comments for you. Let's see. Whoever's answer comes up first in the comments for us will be the one who gets a bonus point. Okay? So, ask away. Here we go.
Who plays Iron Man in the Marvel Avengers movies?
It's in the comments as well. Go on then, ask it again.
Who plays Iron Man in the Marvel Avengers movies?
Let's see who is first to respond. The bunny's called Snowflake, Bill. In case you missed that. Chris from Blackpool Bar Stewards has arrived. Vernia says hi to Abby as well. Anna says hi. James is saying hi as well. And Owen. Oh, James Bailey looks like he's the first one to answer. What's he said here?
Robert Downey.
That's short for the right word. Junior. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, a lot of you have put it now. Well done.
I wanted to do a Marvel question this week, but I had no idea what to ask, and I was just like, I know a good one. Who plays Iron Man in the Marvel Avengers movies? And I didn't even know the answer.
Yeah, well, we worked together on it anyway.
That's why it's a good question, because I don't know.
Look, loads of people. So James got it right first, and then Anna, Tad, Tony, Vernia, Bill, Sue. Oh, Auntie Sue's watching. Hi to Auntie Sue. And then we've got Robert Downey Jr. says Junior as well. And then James got it right. He's saying woohoo. There you go. So well done, everybody. James got it right first. He gets a special bonus point for Abby's question. And I think Abby will be back if we're back here next Tuesday. Well, no, next Tuesday is the Patreon quiz. So it'll just be me and the Patreons on Tuesday next week. But Abby will be back the week after, as will I, with more Abby's Ask a Question. So everybody say bye to Abby, and we're going to crack on with round number 1. Give him a wave. Say goodbye. Okay. Just, yes, James was very quick. Alright. Bye, darling. Bye.
See you next week. No, next 2 weeks. Oh.
2 weeks. Oh. Well, maybe we'll post some other fun stuff in between.
Oh.
Go on. Out of here. Yes. Bye, Abby. Everybody's saying bye, Abby. Bye, Abby.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Go on. Mummy's calling me now. Okay. Bye again. So, how are we doing for numbers now? All right, 25 people. Okay, all right, so it's going to be a quiet one. That's fine. We knew the first one would be a tricky one because it is a brand new night for the quiz. But we do have pretty much all the core people, I would say, the regular commenters at least, because a lot of people that watch that don't comment, and that's fine. But we've got a lot of the regular teams here, and that's cool. So, as you can see up here, round number 1 is potluck. And throughout this quiz, you're going to get to hear about sponsored questions from Patreons and sponsored quiz rounds from Patreons as well. And I'll explain what each one means when we get to it as part of the little waffle on. James says, thank you all. I may not be a top fan, but I'm quick on the draw. Oh, mate. Yeah, you still haven't got that top fan badge. Still haven't got it. Okay. So all you need to do then with the quiz rounds is you make a note of the answers yourself. Do not put these ones in the comments anymore. Just make a note of them. At the end of each quiz round, I'll give you the opportunity to have any repeats. And also, once we get through all of those and I've done the repeats, I'll tell you all the answers. You mark your own answers. And then if you want to, put your scores in the comments. That's how this works. Most of you know that by now. We're on episode 38 of the Facebook live shows. So I think you all know that, but there might always be somebody new watching that isn't sure. Round number 1 is potluck. Here we go with question number 1. What colour are the seats in the House of Commons? What colour are the seats in the House of Commons? I can't imagine it's a nice place to be these days, but what colour are the seats in the House of Commons? Question number 2 is for 3 points. Boston, Louisville and Wilmington are the most populated cities in which American states? Boston, Louisville and Wilmington are the most populated cities in which American states? That's question number 2 for you. I mentioned earlier about the charities that we're supporting. Until the end of September, it will be the same two. Secret Santa 365 and Sophia are my nominated charities that you can donate to. And I'm going to put the links in the chat now. Question number 3. I'll post after this question. Question 3, what do Americans call what we call a wardrobe, curtains, and autumn? What do Americans call what we call a wardrobe, curtains, and autumn? You get 1 point for each there. Yeah, so I'll post the link there to donate to Sophia. And then there's the link to Secret Santa 365. What you can do is just choose one and donate to them. If you click on those links, you get all the information on what they do. You don't have to donate right now, but if you could donate every now and then, once a month or every week, donate a little bit. When you do donate, leave a little comment just saying it's from the Big Quiz Night In, so they know that where they can attribute it to. That would be really helpful, because I've discovered now that you can actually leave comments, not just on the Sophia one, which I knew you could, but on Just Giving, on the GoFundMe page for Secret Santa 365, there is an option to leave a comment. So if you do leave a comment, mention Big Quiz Night In so they know where you came from. This helps me and helps them, I think, track how much money they're making as a result of the quiz. But Sophia's, the nominated charities, Sophia, our support for them regularly will end at the end of the month because their membership scheme is starting back up again. I'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. So question number 4 now is the very first ever sponsored Patreon question. If you are registered at the Top Fan Plus level of my Patreon, once a month you can tell me a question that you would like asked in the quiz. It can be a subject, or you can write the question yourself. So either I'll write it or you can write it. In this case, Owen Atyeo and Linda have provided a question about where they went on holiday. I mentioned it earlier. They went to Kos. They would like to know from you all, which group of islands is Kos a part of? I had no idea, even though I went on my honeymoon there. I didn't know this answer. Maybe I heard it, but I didn't know. I've forgotten. But which group of islands is Kos a part of? Thank you, Owen, for being a Patreon. It's much appreciated. And we look forward to what your question will be about next month. So yes, Sophia are starting up their membership scheme again after stopping it for the pandemic. It's starting on September 1st, and that means they no longer will need to heavily rely on donations. So we won't be asking for you, I won't be asking for you to donate every quiz I do to Sophia, although you can join them if you're local. You get loads of great food for like £3 something a month or something, £3 something a week that you do it, and it's ridiculously good deal. Yeah, but do check them out. So that means that we'll just stick to Secret Santa 365 for the foreseeable after September starts. Question number 5 is an Oxford Sandy and Black. Is an Oxford Sandy and Black a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? Is an Oxford Sandy and Black a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? Do you know, the other thing I've noticed, you know how, those of you who've been watching a long time, I had like all the messages and all the emoji reactions disappear off my phone, and I had to have a separate screen showing me the quiz comments and everything. It's working now. It's all working fine. You can see everything on both screens. It's like they knew I needed a little pick-me-up today. It's like they knew, and I can see it on both. But I will keep it open on my other screen because I can just tap on the keyboard to reply to comments when I need to. Phoenix might join late. I'm sitting in my car while the cat has an appointment. It's 108 degrees Fahrenheit outside and inside the car since I turned it off. Oh my goodness. Poor old Amy in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm so glad you could at least join us to post that message. You can just catch up later on, of course. It'll be posted, or you can just watch live, or both. It's entirely up to you. Thank you for doing that though, Amy. Appreciate you being here. Hope Tuesdays is an okay night for you to join moving forward. Question number 6. Which 4 March sisters feature in the novel Little Women? Which 4 March sisters feature in the novel Little Women? A tad warm, Matthew says, yes, I bet it is. It's been unbearably hot over here these past couple of weeks, and it's been raining more recently, but when we were on holiday in particular, it was so hot. So hot. I guess it's a different kind of heat over here to Phoenix, I guess. Certainly not as hot as that, but it felt it. I had sympathy for you while I was feeling that heat during that time. Question number 7 is for 3 points. In literature, what were the names of E.B. White's spider, Herman Melville's whale, and Jan Martel's Bengal tiger? In literature, what were the names of E.B. White's spider, Herman Melville's whale, and Jan Martel's Bengal tiger? for 3 points. 1 point for each. Oh, Matthew says that's 42 degrees. Wow. Okay, yeah, thank you for converting that for me. 42 degrees. Okay. I can't think how hot it was while we were on holiday. We were down in Christchurch area. Must have been, what was it, mid-30s? Darling, do you remember how hot it was for us? When we were on holiday? Oh, 37 at one point. I knew she'd know. Yeah, 37. That was the highest. So it's not far off. Not far off at all. Okay. Question number 8 now. Question 8. In July 2020, who sued who in what was billed as the biggest libel trial of the 21st century? In July 2020, who sued who in what was billed as the biggest libel trial of the 21st century? So that's 1 point for each. Who sued who? We've got one more in a couple of questions' time. I've got one more Patreon sponsored question coming up. I don't think they're watching though. I don't think they're watching, so I'm just going to have to ask them to watch it back again so they can see what happened. But it is a question they've written, so I'm sure they won't mind too much, but hey, it is what it is. Question number 9 now for 3 more points. Question 9. On which days of the week can you eat out in the UK for half price in August? On which days of the week can you eat out in the UK for half price in August? I've been hearing from the King's Head and Bell how mentally busy it's been for them over those days, which goes to show how good their food is there. Mentally busy. Busier on those nights than any weekend night in memory, from what I can gather. So everybody wants a piece of half-price food and drink, or food and soft drinks. Yeah, of course. If it was half price on alcohol, you wouldn't be able to move for people, I bet. But no, half price food and soft drinks. Yeah, we made the most of it. We used it on holiday. We did it once then, but don't really want to risk it. Now we're back, personally. But hey, lots of people are, and, you know, fair enough. Fair enough. We've been helping out a lot, Owen says. Yeah. All right. Question number 10 now is for 5 points. Yes, I know, 5 points. So you can guess if you're a regular listener, when we do potluck rounds, we normally get a question on chemical symbols. So this is one of them. The chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word lubricate when placed next to each other? The chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word lubricate when placed next to each other? 1 point for each. Oh, Sue, yeah, you say you went out with the boys as well. I think I saw your pictures on Facebook, Sue, of that. Lovely. Hope you're feeling a bit better, by the way. I did comment about it before in your posts, but I hope you're doing okay. Good that you got to go and do that. It's a good idea to get people going out again, and you can't help but wonder how much of the, how many times the virus has spread to people as a result of forcing them out, or not forcing them out, but, you know, saying you can go out, you know. But generally speaking, I think most people are fine. Things seem to be calming down in most areas. Yeah. All right. Question number 11. Question 11 is our sponsored Patreon question. This one's from Peter Kidd, aka Magic Peter. A lot of you know him who are watching. So he asks you a question, typically about a magician. Which famous magician vanished the Statue of Liberty on TV? Which famous magician vanished the Statue of Liberty on TV? So yeah, I don't think him and Jenny are watching, but let it be known, thank you for being a Patreon member of mine. I greatly appreciate it. and hope they can make the Patreon quiz night next week. Yeah, that's it, Anna. You tag them in and tell them that they missed it. At least they can go back and catch up, because I do obviously post these, don't I? So we'll see. Okay, question number 12 now. 3 more points for number 12. Put these video games into the correct order with the earliest sold first. Wii Sports, Minecraft, and Call of Duty. Put these video games into the correct order with the earliest sold first. Wii Sports, Minecraft, and Call of Duty. I have owned and or played all of those games. And you'd be hard pressed to find a day where Minecraft isn't brought up in this house, at least once, if not played. And I don't just mean by the kids. We all dabble in a bit of Minecraft. I haven't played Call of Duty in years though. I lost interest in that when I kept getting shot by 12-year-olds on it. Yeah. Shouting down the microphone at me. Thanks. Shouldn't even be playing it, it's an 18. That's the old guy playing computer games. Alright, question 13. True or false, bulls hate the colour red? True or false, bulls, the animal, the bull, hates the colour red? The advantage of having my comments up here on my phone is that if I get any more spam posts like I've been getting before, I can actually block them on my phone and do something. I can actually do something about it. So that's a good thing. Hopefully we won't get any more of those though. It doesn't happen often. But yeah, at least that's there if I need it. Okay. Question 14 for 3 points. What are the capital cities of Thailand, the Isle of Man, and Uganda? What are the capital cities of Thailand, the Isle of Man, and Uganda? It's a random collection of locations for that question. What are the capital cities of Thailand, the Isle of Man, and Uganda? 1 point for each. We've managed to make it up to 29 for our first Tuesday night show. And of course that's devices, not individual people. So I'm happy with that. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night with me here. Much appreciated. One more question in this round. Let me know in the comments which ones you want repeated before I go through the answers. Question 15. The airports in Houston in Texas, New York, and Washington, D.C. are named in honor of which former American presidents? The airports in Houston in Texas, New York, and Washington, D.C. are named in honor of which former American presidents? Yeah, Owen's with me on Call of Duty. Yeah. Yeah, I very rarely ever play online multiplayer kind of games anymore. Very rarely. The kids have more time to put into it and get better at it, I find, than us working folk. We don't get summer holidays for 6 weeks so they can just play non-stop. You know, and responsibilities that come with being a grown-up. Like hosting pub quiz nights. Come on. I could just be playing video games right now, obviously. I'd much rather be here. Let me know your repeats in the comments. Any questions you want repeated. I'll gladly go through them for you before we then go through the answers and see how well you did. What games do you guys play? If you play any video games, let me know. If you play any Xbox or PlayStation or Master Race PC gamers out there, it's not for me. Xbox. We've got a PlayStation. We've got PS3, which mainly the kids play on these days. But I'm an Xbox guy. Always have been. Anna says, sorry, filling wine glass. Can you repeat 15? That's okay. Priorities. I know. For question 15, for 3 points, the airports in Houston in Texas, New York, and Washington, D.C. are named in honor of which former American presidents? 1 point for each. Ooh, Owen says Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I love Assassin's Creed, mate. Which one, though? I haven't played some of the newer ones, but I'll tell you what, Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, one of my favourite games of all time. I think I 100% completed that. There's maybe 1 or 2 achievements I didn't bother with, but other than that, loved it. Sue says, colour by numbers. Wow, whatever passes the time. So, who we got? Chris says, can you do number 2, please? Okay, number 2. Boston, Louisville, and Wilmington are the most populated cities in which American states? Boston, Louisville, and Wilmington are the most populated cities in which American states? That was number 2. Matthew says she hasn't filled her own wine glass in years. Yes, my lady. Oh dear. Owen says Zelda's one of my favourite series. Oh yes, we want to get a Switch and play that new one, definitely. I'm worried though, if I get a Nintendo Switch for us all, like I'll never go back to my Xbox. I don't know. There's only so much gaming time you have in a day, but I really do want to get us a family a Nintendo Switch to play the new one. And Ocarina of Time, one of the best of its class. Absolutely brilliant game. Tad says Super Mario Maker and Zelda Breath of the Wild. There you go. See, that's a Switch player right there. Tetris? Yeah, I used to love Tetris. I remember getting the Game Boy, the original Game Boy for Christmas one year. I always tell this story to friends and that when we get on gaming subject. And basically my mum commandeered it, bless her. She did. I never forgave her for it. She played it with Tetris more than I did for the first few days at least. I hardly got to play it at all. Jetpack Willie, Matthew says. I haven't played that one. Creed has lost its way, but Black Flag is my favourite too, Owen says. There we go. There we go. Good answer. Bill says, does anyone not like working from home? I do. I really prefer it, to be honest, mate. I think we've spoken plenty of times about it. I much prefer working from home. I think that was it for repeats. So I'm going to go through the answers, a little bit of waffle on, and then we'll get into round 2, which I know certain Diva is looking forward to. Last Ninja on the Commodore 64. Never had a Commodore 64. I had an Amiga 500 and Amiga 600. They were my first 2 kind of gaming-related platforms in my mind. Ocarina of Time is still the best game ever for its time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, my childhood was that and GoldenEye on the N64 and Mario Kart 64. That was awesome. Okay, here's the answers then. Question number 1, what colour are the seats in the House of Commons? It is green. Question 2, Boston, Louisville and Wilmington are the most populated cities in which American states? They are Massachusetts, Kentucky and Delaware. Question 3, what do Americans call what we call a wardrobe, curtains and autumn? It is a closet, drapes and fall. Question number 4, I've got to remember how to pronounce this now. Which group of islands is Cos a part of? It is Dodecanese. Dodecanese. Dodecanese? D-O-D-E-C-A-N-E-S-E. But it's pronounced Dodecanese. Oh, ZX Spectrum. Yeah, Matthew says that was the other one. Yeah, I didn't have that. Mario Kart is awesome. I think, yeah, I never played much of the Wii U version because we never had that. And I haven't played much at all of it on the Switch when I played on the friends that have got Nintendo Switch. But I do like it. But 64 and the SNES version. Love them both. Chucky Egg on Spectrum. Yes, Chucky Egg. Yeah, I played some of that on the Amiga. I love this chat. Love it. Okay. Question 5. Is a Sandy black, the Oxford Sandy and Black, a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? The Oxford Sandy and Black is a pig. Question 6. Which 4 March sisters feature in the novel Little Women? They are Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. Question 7. In literature, what were the names of Evie White's spider, Herman Melville's whale, and Jan Martel's Bengal tiger? It is Charlotte's Web, Evie White's spider. Herman Melville's whale was Moby Dick, and Jan Martel's Bengal tiger, Richard Parker. Not familiar with that one myself. Question 8. In July 2020, who sued who and what was billed as the biggest libel trial of the 21st century? Johnny Depp sued the Sun newspaper. I wish more people would do that and win so we could get rid of it quicker. Apparently it's in a lot of trouble. So continue not reading it. It would be my advice. Think of other fun, nice things you could spend your money on instead of supporting that horrible paper. That's just my view. You're entitled to your own opinion. Question 9. On which days of the week can you eat out in the UK for half price in August? It is for Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Certain people can't be here tonight, or at least won't be here for a while if they join at all, because they are currently out eating, making most of that deal. So I'm hoping that means that when it's finished come September, which is when the next one will be anyway, I think, if that's how the days line up, we'll be a bit busier tonight. That'd be cool. Owen says the Dodecanese means 12 islands, although there are actually 15 large and 150 small islands. Yes, great knowledge. Wreck-It Ralph, great movie for all the family. That's a random comment. Okay, it is. I actually really like the sequel, if you're talking about that. I like them both. I think the sequel's actually really good. It makes a lot of sense to go down that route for me, the way they did it. Question 10. The chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the word lubricate when placed next to each other? It is lutetium, bromine, iodine, calcium, and tellurium. Actually, I know why you said Wreck-It Ralph, because we're talking about games. So, sorry. That's what I get for reading comments while I'm doing the answers. But yes, very good point. Question 11 was from Magic Peter Kid. It is, which famous magician vanished the Statue of Liberty on TV? David Copperfield. Very famous moment in TV history, that was. I'm sure the clip will be on YouTube somewhere if you haven't seen it before. Question 12. Put these video games into the correct order with the earliest sold first. The 3 you had to choose from were Wii Sports, Minecraft and Call of Duty. In the correct order, earliest first, Call of Duty was in 2003, Wii Sports was 2006 and Minecraft was 2009. Yeah, sorry Matthew, I caught up with you in the end. Question 13. True or false? Bulls hate the colour red. It is completely false. Bulls are colourblind. They just react to the motion of the red cape from a bullfighter. That's where that's come from. But they're colourblind. So it's false. What a horrible sport that is, eh? God, I can't believe they still do that. Question 14. What are the capital cities of Thailand, the Isle of Man and Uganda? It is, in that order, Bangkok, Douglas and Kampala. Question 15. The airports in Houston in Texas, New York and Washington DC are named in honor of which former American presidents? It is George Bush, John F. Kennedy and Ronald Reagan for 3 points. Anna says, OMG, Matt knew that bulls are colourblind. It's amazing the amount of knowledge you find from people and how well you get to know them based on their random knowledge in a pub quiz. But just think, if we were actually in the pub, you wouldn't have got the point for that had you not had that knowledge with you. Matthew says, I am a genius with a small g. Tally up your scores, let me know how well you did, and let's see, we'll commiserate as always with those who didn't do so well, and we'll celebrate with those who did. So feel free to put scores in the comments. You don't have to, it's just for fun. We like to have a community of people here having a laugh and a chat and doing a bit of quiz. So it's entirely up to you. But do put your team scores in the comments at this time if you want to, and let's see how well you did. Freddie's Fickos have got themselves 30 points. Excellent score. I'm missing Back in Black tonight. I haven't got Sarah tallying this up for me, but I have done it for the next round. 28 for Blackpool Bar Stewards, 24 for Diva. That's a great score. Well done on your own there. Devises Uno and tonight's half, 30 points as well. Very good. Para Genius Nurse, 26 points. Genius with a lowercase g. Barking Dogs are woofing, 18. Well done. Good scores, guys. Anybody else care to share before we move on? I'm going to grab my next beer while I wait to see if any more scores come in. Do top up your drinks and talk amongst yourselves. I'll just grab my next beer and then we'll carry on. Oh, sure. There you go. Okay. How are we getting on? 27 points for half a dozen. Nice. Excellent scores, guys. Okay, you've all done well there. For those who have shared their scores, don't worry if you didn't. You're under no pressure to share any of this whatsoever. Just top this one up. Right, so before we move on to round number 2, there is a reason, as I said earlier on, that I had to change the banner advertising what I do so soon after I changed it. So here's the thing. I changed it when I got back from holiday and discovered just as like before I went on holiday, actually, on my birthday, the day after my birthday, I discovered that I was to be sent back to the King's Head and Bell to do the Sunday night quiz as well as the Thursday quiz. So that was a bit of a surprise because I didn't think we were going back that early. Now, they wanted to do that because they wanted to get people coming back in the build-up to the bank holiday weekend, which then the Sunday bank holiday quiz night is always traditionally a very busy one, which you can imagine. So it makes total business sense. Fine, no problem, I'll go back. So I had to update the banner to say that I would be, just seen some more scores come in, well done to you guys, I'll read them in a minute. So I had to update the banner so everybody knew, advertising-wise, you all knew where I'd be. Thursdays I was going to be, and Sundays, broadcasting the quiz if you can't make it on via Google Meet. I use Google Meet so that I can play background music in the pub and it doesn't interfere with you watching from home if you wanted to join in. Okay, that worked on the Thursdays fine for a couple of weeks or so. I think I did that, and I was going to do that for the Sundays, and I did that this Sunday just gone. All went fine. Thank you for joining. It was great fun, and everybody at the quiz had a good time. For those who could make it, it was a quiet one, but it worked, and the quiz was back. Great. So I updated everything. The banner said Tuesday nights Facebook Live starting tonight. Thank you for watching. Thursday nights and Sunday nights, Google Meet logo next to it to indicate it would be on Google Meet, but also the King's Head and Bell logo to say it would be at the pub as well if you could make it. Then I found out today that I'm no longer to broadcast from the pub. No more Google Meets, no more broadcasting live from the pub at all. The pub is obviously getting back to some form of normality, so we need people to start coming back to the pub and not feeling like they can just watch it from home for free and they don't have to come to the pub. We want you to come back to the pub. We want you to enjoy it there if you can. And I can and will put forward the point, and certain people at the pub will be aware of this now, that means that there are people who are shielding still, who literally cannot or do not want to risk going to the pub or going out in public because of what's going on, and it's not quite over at all. So I will make that argument, but at the same time I have to respect what the pub want, because it's the pub quiz at the pub, and they don't want it going on like that anymore. They have the area manager himself has passed on the fact to me that he is very, very grateful for absolutely everything that I've done on this channel to keep things going and to grow it and to raise awareness in the way I have, because he's been watching. He's a great guy. I haven't seen him in a long time, but he's a great guy. So I've got nothing bad to say about it. and I won't say anything bad about it, negative, because I love working there and I want things to go back to normal. I'm just very sad for you guys that don't or can't come to the pub, that you'll no longer be able to watch those anymore. That's the sad thing. And they know that there are people that it will just have to be that way, and they're sorry for that. I'm sure they're sorry for it. But yeah, that's what I found out today. So I had to change all the branding over so that it just says at the pub Thursdays and Sundays, Facebook Live Tuesdays. And yeah, I know. For some of you, you don't live anywhere near the pub, and you've only just discovered about the pub thanks to the fact it exists because of what I've done here. Now, that's why I'm doing the Tuesday quiz still. That's why I continue to do my little quizzes, and I do all of that still, so I can keep that entertainment coming. But I can't broadcast from the pub anymore. If anybody has any kind of comments or concerns or anything about that, I mean, we can talk about it throughout the evening now, I've told you, if you want to. But I don't speak for the pub, I just do what I'm told, because I'm doing their pub quiz, and that's it. Yeah, it's a bit sad, isn't it, really? I mean, upsetting sad, not sad. I'm not taking the piss or anything like that. I'm just a bit sad about the whole thing. So that's why I needed to pick me up today, and I'm really glad that you could join me, and I hope that the Tuesday night thing carries on. And who knows? Maybe we'll get locked down again, and then I'll just have to do something new again and be broadcasting live and do different stuff and have to change it up again. Who knows? But if things carry on the way they are, it'll be Tuesday nights like this, and it'll be Thursdays and Sundays at the pub only. But I will continue to advertise it, because this Facebook page is for my quiz wherever it is, either at home or at the King's Head and Bell. It was a Facebook page for my quiz night before I worked at the King's Head and Bell, and it will continue to always be my Facebook page. But I'm a King's Head and Bell pub quiz host, so I'll always advertise them here. Anyway, let me just get to those last few scores. So Ant says 27 of half a dozen. Nice, yes, read that one. Tad says Back in Black, some 15. Some of Back in Black, yeah. So it's Sarah I was missing, who normally does the scores for me. James says on my own 31, just did a double count. Well done, I think that means you won the round. My sister would be proud of my Little Women knowledge. Excellent. Only one Inquisitor. We'll get them all back next week, hopefully, yay. Ashley, I hate to break it to you, you might have missed what I said. Next week, the last Tuesday of every month, is Patreons only, and it will be on Google Meet. It's not via Facebook, because you have to be at the top Fan Plus level of my Patreon or above to join that special quiz night once a month. You are more than welcome to join that. Oh my goodness, of course, I'd love to have you. It's great fun. But it won't be publicised here. It's a private Facebook group separate from this. So, but the week after, and every Tuesday apart from the last one of the month, we'll be here. Matthew says, what? Anna says, really? I know. Eric says, a bit hard for us to get to the pub from Blackpool. Yeah, well, I'm just glad that you can still join me here. Diva says, that's a shame. I know. Then Diva, you're one of the people who's been ever present. I love the fact that you do that. I really appreciate it so much. But yeah, it's just one of those things now that lockdowns are kind of easing. Thank goodness for Tuesdays, Anna says. Yeah, well, one day I hope lots of you can come to the pub as normal, and we can all just, have a chat and socialise without the distancing worries and things like that, for those who are nearby at least. James says it's outrageous. Talk about the pub losing the plot. Well, believe it or not, there are some people that just don't like, not at the pub, that work for the pub, but there are some people that don't like what I do. And feedback may have got to them as well, so I have to respect what the pubs say, whatever their reasons for doing it. Anna says we won't be going to the pub, sadly, there's no one to babysit. Oh, okay. Oh, you never know, maybe one day circumstances will change. Vernia says you're such a star. Well, thank you. I do try. Amanda says, can't get out till there's a vaccine for my babysitters, but it was nice while it lasted. Yeah, I know. And you're one of the people I spoke about. I said there are people from regular quiz teams who want to come back but can't. And they just can't. Tuesday is the new Thursday, Sunday. It certainly is, mate. Unless you can go to the pub, in which case you're more than welcome. Owen says, I get the reasons, but it's a real shame. Is there any way you can post the music round anyway? Yeah, I think I can still get the link to the music round. I'm not going to do the picture rounds. I could post those as well, but I'm going to save them to post on Tuesdays because it makes life a bit easier for me. Sometimes I've got other ones, like tonight I'm doing a completely different one. but the picture rounds I'm going to save up so I can keep using them on these nights. Music rounds I think I could still post for you though. I'm going to ask to be sent the link still, and then I'll share them anyway, because that's nothing. That's a bit of fun, you know. Thanks for all the extra effort doing the online quiz, Chris Tad says. Thank you. Love the quiz, Chris. Thank you so much. So much fun. Thank you, Ashley. Bit short-sighted and petty of management, Clive says. Yeah, well, we can all have our opinions on it, but I don't want to speak ill of them because they are working so hard through this. They really are. And if that's their decision, then so be it. Jacqueline says, you and the group here made lockdown bearable. That is exactly why I've been doing this. That is why I've been doing this. Bill says they've missed a trick. You're the draw. Thanks, mate. Ashley says, oh, what a shame. Much appreciated. Thanks for letting us know. Yeah, it's just because the Tuesday nights was always going to be the Patreon quiz night, because it just made sense because it fitted in between Thursdays and Sundays and then back to Tuesdays, and then I had a break in between each one. Then, of course, I have to go back to the pub on Sundays. Tuesday night becomes the only night I can do any of the other quizzes, so I also still have time with my wife in the evenings and to do stuff. So it has to be Tuesdays. There's no two ways about it now. Oh, Matthew says Chris Whitehead for a knighthood. All right, I'm going to move. I couldn't agree more. Okay, yeah, I'm going to move on now. I'm going to move on to the next round because it's a lot of fun and I've been looking forward to hosting this one for you. And then we'll keep talking, though. Keep talking, keep messaging. Okay, round number 2. As advertised. I like that I've done this, by the way. I think it works. I might change the look of it a little bit, maybe, but it's a good idea, I think. Owen says, really appreciate all you've been doing for us. Thank you, Owen. Thank you. I needed this. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but as you can tell, it's been a bit of an emotional few days. Trying to work everything out on what I was going to do for you all. So, yeah, I'm so glad you're all here. Okay, right. Round number 2 is a Divas quiz. This is a sponsored Patreon quiz round. Thank you so much for Diva for being a super fan over on my Patreon. If you'd like your own quiz round, you can do the same as well. Once a month you'll get this. All you need to do is join my Patreon at the super fan level. Top Fan Plus, you get one question every month. You can write it yourself, as I've said. This is an entire quiz round, though, for everybody that's at the super fan level. Once a month you'll get this. And Diva's asked from several different subjects. I was to pick one of them, and the one that really stood out to me, because her nickname is Diva, was a Divas quiz round. I've never done one like this before, and I had a lot of fun writing it. So this is a trivia quiz round all about Divas. So if you like your pop music of any kind from any era, you're going to get points here. You're going to get points. So I hope you like it. Same thing as before. What is that? It keeps falling off. My goodness me. I've got a ghost in the house or something. Here we go with question number 1. Oh, James says, what did I miss? Sorry, I had to turn it down for a bit. James, you're going to have to rewatch the clip, mate. I'll let you know. I can't go through it again. You might get the gist of it in a bit. Okay, question number 1 in round number 2, our Divas quiz. For 2 points, which 2 Divas had a hit with I Will Always Love You? One originally and then one for the cover. It was the same song. Which 2 Divas had a hit with I Will Always Love You? Matthew, behave. It may, yeah, I know. All right. I'm just going to leave it there. Much as I would love that, I don't think the quiz night has hit the scale that it needs to warrant your lovely comment, Matthew. I appreciate it, but no, the people who deserve that, funnily enough, Secret Santa 365 and Sophia, they're the people that have been and should continue to get recognised for this kind of stuff in terms of my little world of people that I know. But thank you. That's very nice. Question number 2. Which diva's real name was Anna May Bullock? I said Bullock. Which diva's real name was Anna May Bullock? Question number 3 now. Question number 3. Which diva and which band joined forces to release the hit single Xanadu? Which diva and which band joined forces to release the hit single Xanadu, 1 point for each? James, I'm expecting keep calm if you are still listening, mate. I'm expecting you to do very well in this round with all the music that you play. I reckon you do pretty well in this round. James says bollocks, did you? Very good. All right. Question number 4. Which diva released her 14th studio album in 2019 called Madame X? Which diva released her 14th studio album in 2019 called Madame X? Still on it, James says. I'm so chuffed, James, that you've launched the page instead of the group now. I really am pleased for you, mate. I hope it grows quicker than the group did. And you get lots of people listening into your music now. You deserve it. It's been so much fun. I have to keep shifting meetings when I'm working, because I'm working from home. I keep shifting meetings so that I can still listen to the show. So I can have some fun music and conversation while I've got my work going on. It's like, oh, you booked your meeting for 10 o'clock. Oh, I don't know if I can make that. Can you shift it? Oh, you've got nothing in your diary. Yeah, but... well, yeah. I'll do what I can. Question number 5 now. Question 5. Which diva was born in St. Michael, Barbados, and is considered one of the nation's biggest exports? Which diva was born in St. Michael, Barbados, and is considered one of the nation's biggest exports? James says it's going to be a very exciting time. This is stage 2, and your support has been so valuable. It's truly appreciated. We got to help each other out, mate. My fellow content creator. I think that's what the kids call us for doing this kind of stuff. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Question number 6 now. Question 6. By the way, I don't know about you, but I think this round is ridiculously easy. But that might just be me. I know they're only easy if you know the answer, but I kept thinking, should I make it a bit difficult? A bit more difficult? Some of you are probably thinking, no. Question number 6. Along with a hugely successful music career, which diva has appeared in 18 major motion pictures, including Mask, Mermaids, and Burlesque? Along with a hugely successful music career, which diva has appeared in 18 major motion pictures, including Mask, Mermaids, and Burlesque? Right, question number 7. Which French-Canadian diva was discovered on the Eurovision Song Contest at 20 years old? Which French-Canadian diva was discovered on the Eurovision Song Contest at just 20 years old? Diva says, no, I want to get a decent score on this round. I think you will. I'm sure you will, yeah. So I didn't make it too difficult. I think questions 13 and 14, probably the toughest 2 questions. The rest of them are very gettable, I think. If you really know your divas, of course, that is. We'll find out. And if you don't post your score, then I'll know I've done a terrible thing in this round. All right, question number 8. Which diva is renowned for having an impressive 5-octave vocal range and being able to hit the whistle register in the 7th octave? Which is madness. Which diva is renowned for having an impressive 5-octave vocal range and being able to hit the whistle register in the 7th octave? Oh, thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, she's right. She is right. If you're reading the comments there, we as a family are committed to you guys. That's you, everybody that watches. And so we will keep this going. You have all helped us this pandemic too. You have. She's not wrong. That you guys have given me and her collectively, and the kids, because they've all been involved. You've given us all a focus to keep things fun and interesting. And yeah, absolutely. I hope those that can't be with us right now, that would normally be here every quiz, I hope they do get back to watching this episode. A lot of love in this episode. Not enough of that in this world, eh? Question number 9. Which diva was dirty, with a double R, which was toxic, and which was shaking it off in the pop charts? Which diva was dirty, with a double R, which was toxic, and which was shaking it off in the pop charts? 1 point for each. Yeah, I don't say it often enough, but a lot of the some of the like different quiz ideas and little videos and things that we put out there, and some of the little quiz stuff I do, especially the newer, different little quiz stuff I've been doing. So all ideas come from Chrissy. Full of good ideas, honestly. Helping me out with the design for everything as well, the branding. Amazing. Wizard. My cousin Ed's watching now as well. How long have you been there, mate? Welcome along. Hope you're doing well. Hope you and the family are good. Matt says, seriously, going out there seeing patients Thursday and Sunday were my look forward to nights. The wine and cheese might have helped as well. Yeah. Well, I'm really glad it helped you for as long as it did, mate. Now you just got Tuesdays. Yeah. I know, not much more I can do about it right now. But hey, at least we still got Tuesdays. Question number 10 now. Question number 10. What was the name of the character Beyonce played in Austin Powers in Goldmember? What was the name of the character Beyonce played in Austin Powers in Goldmember? Oh, James, yeah, sorry, you missed out on what I said, didn't you? Okay, I'm going to have to give you a quick summary. I'm no longer going to broadcast the quiz live from the pub on Thursdays and Sundays. It won't be live at all. It'll only be in the pub in person if you want to watch those and be involved in those quizzes. That's at the pub's request and the area manager's request, although they have been incredibly grateful for what I've done. It's not done to spite anybody. They just want people to come to the pub, and they don't want them to think they can just watch from home for free, when they want them to come to the pub and enjoy the quiz in person. And you can win prizes in the pub. You can't do that here. This is just for fun. But they want you to come and enjoy the pub, and yeah. So I can't do that anymore. So I had to update all my branding to say that I'm not going to be broadcasting on Google Meet when I'm at the pub anymore. Even though I really thought it was working well. There was a few little technical things that I got over, but it was working. But anyway, they don't want it. So sorry, James, that's what that was about. So you only need to promote me on, well, you can talk about the fact I'm there, because I'm doing the quiz still there. But when you're promoting me on Keep Calm and Listen In, just talk about the fact I'll be live on Facebook here Tuesday nights. People are quick to forget, but in the early lockdown, you gave us sanity, company, community, and hope, Chris. Oh, thank you, Bill. Oh, here's James. Hang on, what's James saying? It's being responded to as well. Oh, I'll get to the comments in a minute. It's jumping all over the place. Question 11. Which diva had albums titled 19, 21, and 25? Which diva had albums titled 19, 21, and 25? That's question 11. James says, a certain lead singing male diva has a new album out on Friday with their synth companion. Can you guess the name of the diva and the band? I think it might be James's favourite. I think it might be. James says, lunacy, but understandable. More reasons for me to come to the pub then. Yeah. As I said earlier on, I'm just sorry for the people that genuinely can't come along, because they're not going to have that entertainment now. And I don't know. Hopefully you won't move on. Hopefully you're still watching Love What I Do on a Tuesday and beyond. Oh dear. Question number 12. Question 12. Which diva did Duck Soup release a song about? Which diva did Duck Soup release a song about? I think James Bailey is on about Erasure, if it's his favourite band. Yeah, really? You haven't mentioned this before. Yeah. In fairness, he's made me aware of some of the songs that they did that I didn't know, or I'd forgotten about, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that one. So, you know, we've all got our favourites. All right, question number 13. Which diva once insisted on having a room just for her wigs and for aloe vera tissues, but only if they were presented in cube-shaped boxes? This is obviously about a rider that a diva's had on tour. Which diva once insisted on having a room just for her wigs and for aloe vera tissues, but only if they were presented in cube-shaped boxes? Which diva could that be? In fact, it's their 18th album and it's had rave reviews, James says. Good. Good. I hope it is good. I'll check it out on Spotify at some point. I know I said to you before, I've heard some of the songs. James, I think, has played some of them on Keep Calm at some point. I'm sure he's played at least one of them. In fact, yeah, he did. Definitely played one of the new ones, I'm sure. Okay. Question number 14 is another one about riders that these divas have when they're on tour. I mean, if you thought that last one was ridiculous. Question 14. Which diva insisted on having vitamin C tablets shaped like characters from the Flintstones? Which diva insisted on having vitamin C tablets shaped like characters from the Flintstones? I mean, really? Yeah, James Dag, if you want to put the link in here of the Keep Calm, the new Keep Calm page, please feel free to do so, mate. Everybody can come and like it and give a listen to your music and the songs you play. Never know, James Bailey, you might hear some Erasure on there at some point soon. It's not unheard of. Sometimes even I've requested it when he's done like 80s and he's done request shows. Do these divas really exist? Yes, Anna, very much, and you will have heard of them, I'm sure. And yes, probably a mentally unstable one at the time. I need to up my demands, riders at work. I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? All right, question 15. Which 4 songs, this is a final question, of course, question 15, which 4 songs featuring Katy Perry, reached number 1 in the UK charts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5 songs. I forgot to update that typo. Which 5 songs featuring Katy Perry reached number 1 in the UK charts? 1 point for each. Have a think, and also let me know which ones you want repeated. So 5 songs featuring Katy Perry have reached number 1 in the UK charts. Name the song titles for 1 point each. The Neon is the featured album all this week on Radio 2. Yeah, because I'm not driving so much anymore, I hardly ever listen to the radio. And when I listen to music, if I'm not listening to Keep Calm and Listen In, I'm listening to Spotify. So I very rarely get to listen to it. Although speaking of the radio, I don't know if you saw my post earlier on, I was on BBC Radio Oxford again earlier on today. That was a surprise. I don't know if I don't think anybody commented to say they were interested. You could have been on it tomorrow if you wanted to. to do what I did today, part of this competition they're running. But yeah, I spoke to them before about promoting the quiz on one show, on a show with Adam Ball, for those who know him. And that was fine, that was good, and I quizzed him a little bit on that. They kept my details, little did I know, called me up yesterday and said, we've had somebody drop out from this competition tomorrow morning. Can you join us? We know you love a quiz and really appreciate it and all that lot. And I was like, yeah, all right, sure. Downside was I had to get up at like 7:15 to be in any fit state to talk to them at 7:45 in the morning. So yeah, anyway, let's see. Question 19, WTF, Owen says. I know, right? They need to try weeks in PPE. Oh, yeah. Start running, Chris. I use Spotify. Start running. Can't do it. Don't know when I would. As part of the journey to getting a sword on your shoulder. A sword on my shoulder. Thank you so much, Chris, for a brilliant quiz round. I'm glad you liked it, Diva. Thank you for being a Patreon. That's why I've done it for you. Glad you liked it. Hopefully you still like it after the answers. Everybody, if you can open another tab right now, click that link James has put in here for Keep Calm and Listen In. There is the group, but the group will soon no longer exist or will, I don't know, become something else. But do follow that page instead. We'll get hopefully a lot of good listeners for you there, James. Chris says, I heard it. Oh, thank you for listening to that idea. I did share the link. Knighted, Chris. Oh, I see. Sorry, yeah, sword on my shoulder. Yeah, well, we can hope. Erasure will definitely play, James says. Yeah, of course they will. Okay, any repeats? Or were they all too easy for you and you don't need a repeat? You're all listening intently. I'll be sure to share the page and the videos as per usual that James does. But if you could go follow the page, it means you'll get a notification when they do live videos, just like you get for me. All right. Looks like nobody needs any answers. Looks like you've all been doing superbly well. The group will keep going just for a couple more weeks, then I don't know what will happen to it. Yeah, I think you'll have to close it down, to be honest. I think you will. Unless you want to do what I do and treat it like a top fan group, or just do a top fan group instead of that one. I don't know. See how it goes, mate. Not that easy, Owen says. Ooh, let's see how well you do. All right, I'm going to go through the answers then. Looks like I'm not needed to do any repeats on this one. So, question number 1. Which two divas had a hit with I Will Always Love You? It is Dolly Parton, originally, and then Whitney Houston covered it. And Whitney obviously had a lot more success with it because of the Bodyguard movie. It was 4. But Dolly Parton originally. I'm sure you all knew that one, right? Question number 2. Which diva's real name was Anna Mae Bullock? That is Tina Turner. Tina Turner. Question 3. Which diva and which band joined forces to release the hit single Xanadu? It was Olivia Newton-John and ELO. Question 4. Which diva released her 14th studio album in 2019 called Madame X? That was Madonna. Question 5. Which diva was born in St. Michael, Barbados, and is considered one of the nation's biggest exports? It is Rihanna. Question 6. Along with a hugely successful music career, which diva has appeared in 18 major motion pictures, including Mask, Mermaids, and Burlesque? It is Cher. Question 7. Which French-Canadian diva was discovered on the Eurovision Song Contest at just 20 years old? It was Celine Dion. How many of you got the answer to that question the moment I said French-Canadian diva? I wonder. I debated with myself whether I should even include that and just go with a Eurovision clue, but I wonder if any of you got it before I even mentioned Eurovision. Question 6, Linda's clue for me. You know, the plastic one, the old bird. That's your opinion and is not the opinion of Big Quiz Night In. But yeah, that's funny. Okay. Question number 8. Which diva is renowned for having an impressive 5-octave vocal range and being able to hit the whistle register in the 7th octave? It is Mariah Carey. Where I read that fact, it said, don't try this at home. Question number 9. Which diva was dirty with a double R? Which was toxic? And which was shaking it off in the pop charts? It is Christina Aguilera. She was dirty with a double R. Britney Spears was toxic. And shake it off was, of course, the clue for Taylor Swift. 1 point for each. Question 10. The character that Beyonce played in the Austin Powers movie Goldmember was Foxy Cleopatra. Question 11. The diva that had the albums titled 19, 21 and 25, which I believe were the age she was at the release of those albums, which is one way of doing it, I suppose, is Adele. She looks so different these days. I don't normally care about this kind of stuff, but I saw something shared the other day and I'm just like, what? It looks like a different person. Rightly or wrongly, it looks totally different. Question 12. Which diva did Duck Soup release a song about? It was Barbara Streisand. I'm not going to sing it. I very nearly did do the song. I'm not going to do that. She's in Mamma Mia. Yes. Yeah, you're right. I know you're referring to a different one there, Anna. Yeah. I think that she's in the sequel to Mamma Mia. Or is it the first one and the second one? I know she's in the sequel. If you're referring to, I think you're referring to. Yeah. Question number 13, which is going back actually to that diva I was referring to at least. Which diva once insisted on having a room just for her wigs and for aloe vera tissues, but only if they were presented in cube-shaped boxes? That's Cher. Back with Cher again. Question. Cher is Tupperware. Yes, in the sequel, very plastic. Yeah. So Cher again is that one. Aloe vera tissues in cube-shaped boxes and a room just for her wigs while she was on tour. Question 14. Which diva insisted on having vitamin C tablets shaped like characters from the TV show The Flintstones? That was Christina Aguilera. What? And question 15. Which 5 songs featuring Katy Perry reached number 1 in the UK charts? Okay, so you've got I Kissed a Girl, California Girls, Part of Me, Raw, it's one of my daughter's favourites, and Feels. I didn't think I knew which one Feels was. Chrissy and I were both saying, Feels? Never heard of it. And I played a clip of it. I'm like, oh, it's that one. And it's because she features in it. She's not like the lead. So yeah. There you go. 5 points for that one. Let's see how well you did. Get your scores in the comments. Let me know if you needed me to repeat any of the answers as well as always. And then we can move on. I need to get this ready actually. We can move on to the Our Survey Says round. I thought I'd do that for... I know everybody likes this one, so I thought I'd do one of these as a treat for the return of the Big Quiz Night In and the move to Tuesdays and all that. Family Fortunes, Our Survey Says, coming up in a moment. Let's see what your scores are though first. Okay, what have we got here then? Devisers Duo, or Devisers Uno, sorry, and tonight's half, 13 points. 14 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. 22 for Cell Marketeers. I had a feeling you guys would do well with that one. 17 for Diva with her own round there. Very good score. It is out of 23 points, I believe. So Cell Marketeers just dropped 1 point there by the looks of it. 17 points. That's pretty good going, Diva. Well done. I'm glad you liked that round. 11. Not bad for a solo effort. For Team Keep Calm. James, well done. Clearly not great at divas. 13 for Para Genius with a small G Nurse. That's it. You've got to keep this name now. Owen says, Feels sounds like she is saying fish. Yeah, I thought that as well. That's why I didn't know it was called Feels. It really does. Yeah, they've done something with the editing of that song that's just... Surely she didn't sing it exactly like that, because it does sound like she says fish. Barking Dogs, a whimpering 6 points. Oh dear, sorry Bill, not the kind of subject you guys would maybe get on well with, but hey, you know, it's different every week, and maybe you'll do well with the Our Survey Says round. Freddie's Ficco's 18 points, a poor 12 for James Bailey. I switched off halfway through due to the Erasure chat. So excited to talk about Erasure. 19 for half a dozen. Anna says excuses to James. But yeah, good scores. Keep them coming in. I'm going to get ready for this next round. Make sure the old sound effects are working. Can you hear that okay? I'm not connected to speaker tonight. Just the external, I'm not connected to the external one. So hopefully you can hear that okay. Won't go any louder. That's alright, isn't it? I think that's pretty loud. Okay, so our survey says round, 10 questions. For each one, I have got the top 5 answers from our survey. I say our survey, it's taken from Family Fortune shows or games or, you know, official Family Fortune surveys, wherever we could find them. And so we've incorporated them into this quiz round. So what you need to do is work out what you think the top answer is for each question. So I'll read the question to you from the survey. You need to work out what the top answer was from the survey. If you get the top answer for a question, it's worth 5 points. And I'll play that noise again. And then if you get the least popular answer, it's worth 1 point. And everything in between. So the second popular answer is 4 points, then 3 points, 2 points, and 1 point. If you give me an answer and it's not there, you get nothing for that question. Okay? So we're going to do that for 10 questions. We'll do the answers at the end, and we'll see how well you do. James says their entire top 40 UK singles will feature on the Super Saturday show this coming Saturday from 10 till 1 on Keep Calm and Listen In. James, mark your diary, James Bailey. You're going to get a lot of erasure, a lot of chat in between, and I and many others will be in the comments having a chat and a laugh about it all and listening in and enjoying the top 40 UK singles from Erasure. There you go. How's that? Get liking his page, mate. Keep calm listening. All right. Are we all ready for a bit of Our Survey Says? I think so. So, question number 1. Name a type of pole. Again, don't put it in the comments. You know this if you're watching live, but don't put it in the comments. Make a note of it. Name a type of pole. I need to get my next beer. Name a type of pole for question 1. Oh man. Disaster has struck. There's no beer left. There's beer 52 beer left, but it's not in the fridge. I didn't realise I only had 4 of them left, and Chrissy and I have been sharing them. I haven't got any left. Oh well. No, it's yours, darling. It's fine. Matthew says, I can remember when I got top fan status, I stopped between patients to call Anna. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I hope the patients were okay. Oh, that's brilliant. I think we'll all stop what we're doing if James Bailey ever gets a top fan badge. Oh, I really hope you do one day. Do you want me? Yeah, justice for James. We need a new poster. Yeah, we've done justice for Roz, and she bought her way into the top fan group. Thankfully, she's a Patreon of mine, so that stopped that. She still hasn't got the official badge, but she's a top fan. She's got my Patreon. She's in the group. So yeah, James is going to have to do that now. Although that doesn't mean you're locked in for life, because if you leave my Patreon and you haven't got the badge, I can't keep you in there. That's not how it works. But don't worry about it. I'm not going to force anybody to pay me money. It's fine. I'm joking. But that seems like it could be your only way in at this rate. Question number 2. Name a 1980s aftershave. Name a 1980s aftershave. Yeah. Yeah, Owen, warm beer, exactly. Yeah, I've got all these really nice IPAs and all that from Beer52 that arrived today. And I thought, I won't put them in the fridge because I know we've got some Heineken already in the fridge chilling. So I'll save them for another day. Yeah, didn't have as many Heineken left as I thought. Schoolboy error. Yeah, we'll make you a Justice for James poster, I think. And I'll put it up in the background like I did for Roz. All right, question number 3. Name something spotty. Name something spotty. Doing great, Chris. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for joining. I did, Teresa, now you popped up in the comments, I did send you a message because you tried to join the Top Fan group, and I don't know if you got my message, but Top Fans have to have the badge through Facebook awarded to them for commenting and liking and sharing everything I do, and in theory they occasionally, if they're feeling nice, give you a Top Fan badge. Or you join my Patreon. Those are the main 2 ways, okay? So thank you for trying to join it, thank you for following the page and for watching now. But that's the only way into that particular group. So I can't remember if you managed to see that message or not. I don't know. But just in case, Teresa, that's for you. It's really annoying him. No, I know. It is frustrating. It really is. I feel for him. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Name a country beginning with the letter P. Name a country beginning with the letter P. What do you think was top from the survey? These are more modern surveys, by the way, like the last 5 years or so. So, unlike the one I did for my birthday quiz a couple of weeks back, where I went back and took Survey Says Family Fortunes questions from 1984 episodes of the show that's on YouTube, Max Bygrave's hosting it. I copied a load of the answers and the questions and answers from those shows, put them into a Family Fortunes round just like this one, and hosted that for some of you were there, I know. But this is a much more modern one by comparison, just to get you in the mindset of the people that could have been surveyed. Question number 5. Name a girl's name beginning with the letter U. A girl's name beginning with the letter U. I should probably share some links with you while we're talking. Here we go. Once again, in case you go and forget, until the end of the month we are supporting both our nominated charities, Sophia and Secret Santa 365. If you'd like to know what they do, you can click the link and see about them. If you could donate to one of them as a quiz entry fee, that would be appreciated. If you want to go that step further, as I mentioned before, Patreon, buy me a coffee, that's a tipping service, and I've got merch where you can get this logo. And some of you have been very kind and bought some of that. I'll talk a bit more on that in a minute. Should be another sale coming soon, actually, if you're interested. Question number 6. Name a miracle that Jesus performed. Name a miracle that Jesus performed according to the Bible. Yeah, somebody bought a hoodie recently. In the last sale that there was on the website, somebody bought a hoodie, which I didn't expect. I thought I kind of made all the sales I was going to make when I first launched the store, and then all of a sudden I checked the app and I was like, oh, I've got another sale. That's nice. Didn't expect that. Somebody bought a hoodie and it went somewhere in London, I think. It wasn't the one that that Diva you bought. It wasn't that one. It was a different one, but it went somewhere in London. So I don't know who that was, but thank you. If you buy something from my store and you post about it on social media and tag me in, you get yourself a little quiz in return. So I always like to reward people for helping me out in that way and helping the show out. Question number 7. Question 7. Name something that you hang. Name something that you hang. I've really been enjoying doing the little quiz again, actually. It's an audio-only quiz that I share on Twitter and on Facebook, and I record it on Limor, for those who don't know. And it's been a lot of fun. I missed doing that. I had about 3 weeks off of recording them in between Season 2 and Season 3. But it's been great to come back and do those and have that kind of daily little routine of mine to do. And especially for people that have joined Patreon and got that reward, and yeah, doing little quizzes for people rather than just coming up with a subject and recording it and sharing it for people. It's really good. I enjoy it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that if you haven't listened to them yet. They're only like a minute or so long, but it's just a little trivia thing every day. It was you, Diva. The other style, contrasting colour, black and red. Oh, I thought you bought that one the first time. Oh, bless you. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the one I want to get, actually. I'm going to wait till the next sale, because obviously I would have to pay for it just like you would. It's a third-party company that run the store. The only discount I would get in addition to that is the money back that I would make, a small amount of profit on top of it. It's not much, a few quid. But it's nice all the same. But yeah, I'm going to have to do that when the next sale comes around. It'll probably be the end of the month again. I think they're going to do that every month. Last few days of every month, you'll get a little sale coming on. So yeah. Wow, you can get another bonus little quiz if you share a picture of that one again, Diva. If you want another one, you're going to run out of ideas for subjects at this rate. I bet you can't wait for autumn winter. Owen says little quizzes are fun break in the day. Yeah, I try and post them at lunchtime. Apologies if it's late sometimes. I've got meetings and I just can't record it and share it in time. But yeah, I'm glad that some of you enjoy it. They only get like, I don't know, between 10 and 20 listens normally. But still, it's fun. I'm glad people enjoy it. Question number 8 now. Question 8. Name a word that follows sugar. Name a word that can follow sugar. My current goal with the little quiz that I record on Limor is to get to 100 followers on Limor. That's my current goal, because at the minute I've got 71. And Shane, the guy who created Limor, this new social audio platform, has said to me that you're really close, and hope he's hoping, and now I am, and now he said it, that through season 3's 50 episode run, one episode every day, he's hoping for me that I get to 100 followers, and I'm hoping that will get me verified on it as well, because he keeps hinting that I'm not far away from being verified, but he won't tell me what the criteria is for it. I don't know, but yeah, that's my mission. I need to get to 100 followers on Limor and get verified. That would be so cool, especially before they do the big launch, because it's still in like a beta really. Question number 9. Name a famous pirate. Name a famous pirate. Okay, last few bits of beer, last few drips. Okay, question number 10, the final question. Let me know any repeats you need as well. Question number 10, the last question of the evening. Name something you polish. Name something you polish. Diva says, that would be fab. I love Limor. Yeah, that would be fab. Thank you. Yeah, be great. Thing is, there are some people that are verified on Limor and they've got like half, if not less than half the followers I do, and even what they do outside of Limor has got a smaller following that I've got, and I'm not exactly a massive channel or anything, so I don't know how they managed to do that. I don't know. Maybe that was an agreement that Shane had with them or something. Well, I don't know. It's on his radar though, at least. He knows that I'm interested in that whole side of things. We shall see. But yeah, 71 at the minute. 72 maybe. Close enough. Anybody want to repeat for this round? Any of these questions? Let me know, guys, and then we'll go through the answers. And then we can say our goodbyes. Remember, if you are a Patreon at Top Fan Plus or above, next Tuesday, so next week, won't be live on Facebook. It'll be the Patreon quiz night, where we do TV game show style quizzes. It's not similar to this, but I do pit 2 teams of Patreons against each other. We did blockbusters last time. We've done Pointless, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it's on Google Meet, so I can share my screen and do fun things that way as well with you all. So that's next week, but then I'll be back doing this again the week after. Your pronunciation of the word pirate slipped then. You even sounded like a pirate. I'm not going to read what you said after that. Pirate. There you go. Little pirate voice. Name a famous pirate. That was question 9. All right. Shall we do the answers? I think so. There we go. Sound effects ready to go. All right. Question number 1. I'll read the question out, then I'll go through the answers from the least popular answer up to the top answer. Least popular answer gets you 1 point, up to the top answer scoring 5 points. Tally up your scores and let me know how you did in the comments. So, for question number 1, name a type of pole. We have a pole dancers pole. We have a flag pole, that's 2 points. A maypole for 3. The North or South Pole for 4 points, either or. And the top answer was a totem pole. Why are pirates mean? Because they are. My favourite pirate joke is, what's a pirate's favourite letter? Have a guess in the comments. What's a pirate's favourite letter? Question number 2, name a 1980s aftershave. We have denim, high karate, Aramis, Old Spice, and the top answer was Brute 32. Brute 32. Nobody's guessing yet. If you put fireman's pole, it's not there. Sorry. R. Yeah, Matthew says R. Pirate's favourite letter must be R. No, 'tis the C they love. R. Oh, brilliant. Thank you for putting that in, Matthew, and for Chris. The C they love. I think it was my brother-in-law told me that one. I love silly jokes like that. So, question number 3, name something spotty. We have dominoes, ladybirds, leopards or cheetahs. My daughter insisted, Abby insisted I had to say leopards or cheetahs because cheetahs are her favourite animal. Teenagers for 4 points. But the top answer is Dalmatians. Dalmatians. Jeff said C. I'm sure you posted that before I said it. Question 4, name a country beginning with P. We have Puerto Rico, Paraguay, Poland, Portugal, and the top answer was Pakistan. Question 5, name a girl's name beginning with U. We have Una, Unity, Ulrika, we have Uma, that's with an M, not an N. So Una, Unity, Ulrika, Uma, as in Uma Thurman. And the top answer, Ursula. Brute 33, not 32. That's what I said, wasn't it? Brute 33. Okay. Apologies if I did misread that. Question 6, name a miracle that Jesus performed. We have, for 1 point, turning water into wine. For 2 points, raising the dead. 3 points, healing lepers. 4 points, walking on water. And the top answer was feeding the 5,000. And no, Matthew, and to anybody else that put spotted dick for the question about naming something spotted, it's not there. Question number 7. Name something you hang. We have murderers, hang murderers, right? You used to. Flower baskets, wet clothes, pictures for 4 points, and the top answer was wallpaper. Question number 8. Name a word that follows sugar. We have loaf, sugar loaf, sugar plum, sugar cubes for 3 points, sugar daddy for 4, and the top answer was sugar puffs. Matthew says travesty. I know, right? Sorry, it's not there. Question 9. Name a famous pirate. We have Blackbeard for 1 point, Long John Silver for 2, Captain Pugwash for 3, Jack Sparrow for 4, and the top answer, Captain Hook. And finally, question 10. Name something you polish. We have your teeth, windows, nails, shoes, and the top answer, polish your car. Tally up your scores. Let's see how well you did over those 10 questions. Let's see how well you did in our last round of the evening. And we're about on time as well. We normally finish around this time. Make sure you donate to the charity as always. A pitch around will still be shared after this. The as advertised Cartoon Villains pitch around, which is kind of reminiscent, I guess, of the Cartoon Villains audio music kind of round I played to you a few weeks back. But this is obviously a pitch around, so have a guess at that. I will post it as a separate post as always. A new picture I'll upload to the page, and from that, in the comments of that post will be the answers to the quiz later on this evening. Freddie's Ficos have got 44 points. Diva's got 29 points. Devices Uno and tonight's half I've got 37. On my own, 45. Wow. Great score, James. Good effort. Don't forget, everybody, before you go, to give the video a like if you haven't done so already, or love or care emoji, or whatever one you think appropriate. Before you go, they all help out the show and get it put in front of more people. Para Genius, with a small g, Nurse, have got 41 points. 41 points, another great score. But if you teamed up with James on this one, you probably got a maximum score, depending on which ones you struggled on. James says redemption. Any more team scores then, guys, as we close off today's pub quiz? Thank you so much for joining. Having the Tuesday night quiz moving forward, except for the last Tuesday of the month where it'll be Patreon only. Anybody's welcome to join that though. Check out what tier is right for you. All the links you need are in the description for every way to support this channel, and of course the charities that I nominate. Secret Santa 365 and Sophia. Chuck a few quid their way if you don't mind as well. Bye, Chris. Thank you for joining. Barking Dog's got a respectable 40. Thanks, Chris. Fab, as always, says Anna. It's been a blast. I can't wait to be back again in 2 weeks' time for another one of these. It's been great. James says, great quiz as always. Just jumping into my musical TARDIS of time for tomorrow's Golden Years show on Keep Calm and Listen In. I can't wait to see who joins us in the comments. I hope people aren't all working and aren't able to join us, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And thank you to Diva one more time. Every Patreon is mentioned in the comments now as producers or executive producers of the show. So have a look and see who we can thank for helping bring this show to everybody, to the world, because they're the ones that financially support what I do in any way they can. So big thank you to all of them. Your names are in the comments, in the description of this video, as well as producers and executive producers, depending on the level of Patreon you are at. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, wash your hands, be good to each other. I will see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, good night.